Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHONY Sonja Morgan's ex-husband dead at 94. RHONY alum. Sonja Morgan's ex-husband, John Adams Morgan, passed away at the age of 94. Their daughter, Quincy, shared the sad news on Friday, February 7, 2025. So, what did the only child of the former couple have to say? Keep reading for more details. RHONY viewers are well aware that Sonja Morgan was very proud of being married to John Adams Morgan. She talked about her ex-husband regularly and was on the boards and charities involving the Morgan last name. Furthermore, she claimed that she did a lot of this as a legacy for her daughter, Quincy, but many believed she did it for the prestige. She never quite moved on when she and John parted ways after 8 years of marriage. Sonja always noted that she never got what she deserved from the divorce, and there were different rumors as to why they split. One thing she hated more than anything was being called a trophy wife despite him being more than 30 years her senior. He was never shown on the hit Bravo series, and neither was their daughter Quincy, but she was talked about a lot. She went off to college, and Sonja recently got rid of her infamous townhouse. Sadly, as that chapter closed, so did John Adams Morgan's life. Quincy took to her Instagram stories to share the news of her dad's passing at the age of 94. She explained that John had passed away this month, and right now, her family is navigating this together. Quincy also added that her manager helped her as she took time off to figure out how to deal with the loss. As of now, Sonja Morgan has yet to acknowledge the passing of her ex-husband. She has posted her walking the runway at New York Fashion Week, but that is all. Sonja was John's fourth wife, but he remarried in 2010 and was still wed when he passed away. Sonja Morgan did catch a lot of heat for her dedication to being a Morgan. She had the Morgan insignia on her shoes and was using that as her brand. Dorinda Medley came after her during an episode in season 10 of RHONY for carrying around the last name. She claimed that Sonja's daughter was not a Morgan, not Sonja herself. However, she maintained that she was very involved with the family, and any time anyone spoke poorly of them, she flipped out. No matter what transpired between her and John Adams Morgan, she was very dedicated to the family, and that is vital. Now she can mourn and move on. Sending love and light to the Morgan family during this very sad time. RHONY's Sonja Morgan's ex-husband dead at 94. A legacy beyond reality TV. In a world where reality television often focuses on the sensational, the lives of those featured on shows like The Real Housewives of New York City, RHONY, can be dissected and reinterpreted into tabloid fodder. However, beneath the glitz, glamour, and occasional drama, there are real lives and real legacies. This truth rings especially loud when it comes to Sonja Morgan, the vivacious and ever-spirited RHONY star, whose personal life has been both an open book and an enigma. With the news of her ex-husband's passing at the age of 94, the story shifts from reality TV's feverish spotlight to a reflection on legacy, family, and the impact one person can have beyond the headlines. A life lived in private and public. Sonja Morgan's life is one where the lines between private and public often blurred. The public knows her as the fun-loving, sometimes unpredictable socialite with a penchant for luxury, humor, and high society drama. What RHONY viewers may not be as familiar with, however, is her former marriage to John Adams Morgan, a man whose own story is far removed from the world of reality television, but whose influence shaped Sonja's trajectory in ways that went beyond fame and fortune. John Adams Morgan, 94 at the time of his passing, was a businessman and heir to a vast fortune, with ties to the prominent Morgan family, one of America's most storied banking dynasties. Sonja married Morgan in the 1990s, a union that appeared to symbolize the meeting of two worlds, the old guard of wealth and the new wave of New York City socialites. The marriage, which ended in divorce in 2006, was often described as a fairy tale, one that came with its share of challenges, certainly, but also the kind of glamorous life most people only dream of. The intersection of love and business. Their marriage was one marked by the clash of worlds. Sonja, an ambitious entrepreneur with a keen interest in fashion and business, and John Adams Morgan, a man whose wealth was deeply entrenched in the financial industry. Sonja's connection to John brought with it a mix of opportunities, challenges, and, inevitably, questions about the nature of their relationship, both personal and professional. It was a union that balanced the worlds of love and business, with both parties navigating the complexities of blending personal ambition with shared resources. The market left on Sonja's life and career continued. Many of her ventures, both on and off RHONY, were influenced by the life she built during their time together. Sonja's fashion business, her adventures in hospitality, and even her pursuit of a career in media have roots in the wealth, connections, and experience gained during her years alongside John. The man behind the heiress. John Adams Morgan was not just a name tied to a wealthy dynasty. He was an individual with his own legacy, far removed from the cameras and fame. As the grandson of J.P. Morgan and Co.'s founder, John lived a life steeped in history, having served as a businessman and a member of the prestigious New York Yacht Club. His life was one that touched on the very heart of American high society, and while he may have been largely out of the public eye in recent years, his death at the age of 94 serves as a reminder of the long-standing history of American industry, finance, and aristocracy. What makes John's passing especially poignant for Sonja is that he was not just an ex-husband, but a man whose role in her life helped shape her into the public figure she would become. While she may be a reality television star, Sonja has always carried with her the elegance and social grace of a woman whose roots are firmly planted in an old-school vision of wealth and privilege. She is an embodiment of a modern-day version of an American heiress, one whose name has transcended its private origins to become known to millions across the globe. Yet, even as she found fame through her reality television career, it was her connection to John that always remained an essential part of her identity. Sonja's response to the news. In the face of such a personal loss, many people would retreat into privacy. However, Sonja's life has always been one of dualities. As a fixture of RHONY, she has faced the cameras and the scrutiny of millions, but also balanced this with moments of introspection. She is a character that many find both entertaining and relatable, with a mixture of vulnerability and bravado. Upon hearing the news of John's death, it was clear that Sonja was deeply affected, yet in typical Sonja fashion, she remained gracious and poised. In a statement released shortly after the news broke, Sonja spoke about her memories with John, expressing gratitude for the life they shared and the lessons learned during their marriage. She described their time together as one filled with both love and conflict, but ultimately one that had left an indelible mark on her. She acknowledged the complexities of their relationship, but emphasized the importance of remembering the good times, the times that had built a life full of possibilities for her. John was a man of immense wealth, power, and influence, Sonja said in a post. But to me, he was also a partner, a father to my daughter, and someone who shaped the world I came to know. I will always treasure the lessons he taught me about love, life, and legacy. A tribute to a timeless legacy. Though Sonja's journey on RHONY has often revolved around her humorous quips and colorful escapades, the passing of her ex-husband serves as a reminder of the weight that legacy carries. While she may have found fame on reality television, her life, like many others, is shaped by more than just what can be seen on screen. John Adams Morgan's death closes a chapter not only in Sonja's life, but also in the grander narrative of American high society. A man who had lived through decades of change, who had navigated both personal and professional challenges, leaves behind a legacy that reaches far beyond the exclusive circles of New York's elite. His life represents a moment in time, one that was interconnected with the world of finance, business, and luxury, yet also intricately linked to the personal stories of those who knew him best. For Sonja, the loss of her former husband marks the end of an era, a time that defined much of her own identity, both in the public eye and in her private moments. As she continues her journey, the lessons of the past, both the joyous and the difficult, will undoubtedly continue to shape the woman we know today. While the news of John's passing has been met with the usual waves of sympathy and reflection, it also serves as a moment to honor not just the man, but the multifaceted life he led, a life that, though quieter in the public eye, was no less significant. The true impact of John Adams Morgan's life will be felt long after the headlines fade.